Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what my life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Well, we are off to a good start. I can see that. Is my microphone working okay? Yeah, it's good. All right. Wow. Welcome, everyone. And welcome to everyone who's joining us online. You know, we know that in truth there is no separation or time. It's kind of hard to concept to conceive of, but we are one no matter where we are located right now. Before we go any further, we want to also recognize that we are on the unceded territories of the Vancouver Island First Nations, and we are grateful for the care and the stewardship that they have given to this land that we now so much enjoy right now. Somebody else was supposed to be standing here this morning. And so when I came in, it's like, hey, can you just, do all the other stuff in between the talk? But my word for this year is responsive. And when I'm asked, I say yes. That's the deal. So I said yes. So I will be following the slides just like you are and stumbling my way through the order of service this morning. But I can feel the energy in the room. I can feel the support. I can feel that we are all in this together and that there is no right or wrong, really, when we come together in celebration for a spiritual experience. Wasn't supposed to do anything else? Okay, sing.
You nailed it.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing freedom today. I'm choosing freedom today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I choose forgiveness today. I choose forgiveness today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing healing today. I'm choosing healing today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit simply say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
I usually need a moment to compose myself after that song. I chose it today. Thank you, Ken, and thank you, Nico. But why don't we just take that into our opening prayer so that we can rest in that thought for another moment. We've already spoken about that we are one, that there is no separation in spirit with each other, with all life on this planet. And what is the ground that we could stand on as we experience and activate that understanding? What if it was love? That every action we took, that every word that we spoke, that every thought that we had, apart from any circumstance, situation, personality that is showing up for us, what if there was only love? Our words perhaps would be softer, our compassion greater, our patience extended, our judgment suspended. So we give thanks that we have this knowing, that we have this divine love that lives within us and expresses through us without any effort, just streaming forth through us. There's no work, no struggle. We just let it be. And so for this understanding and our deepening willingness to walk this path, we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. Well, the person that was supposed to be up here this morning gave me something to read because, of course, I wasn't really prepared to do this, little wise words, and they are so perfect. Thank you, Brenda. She chose this selection for me, or for today, not just for me. So this is from the book Embers by Richard Wagamase. I am my silence. I'm not the busyness of my thoughts or the daily rhythm of my actions. I'm not the stuff that constitutes my world. I am not my talk. I am not my actions. I am my silence. I am the consciousness that perceives all things. When I go to my consciousness, to that great pool of silence that observes the intricacies of my life, I am aware that I am me. I take a little time each day to sit in the silence so that I can move outward in balance into the great clamor of living. So thank you again. It's a beautiful reading. Looks like we have another song. Is this true?
This is true. Looks that way.
Okay.
I'm just like you, I just go by that.
Okay.
We all live our lives by the great slide.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find your heart, let yourself simply be. We can all love everything without ever asking how. It's in every one of us here and now.
Let's see what's up next. It's me. Just don't do it. Yes, that is the title of my talk. Okay.
The,
Sorry?
Just don't do it.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Ooh, that's kind of tempting. That's my whole lesson in a nutshell. Oh, wow. We are so blessed, aren't we? I hope all of us realize that to some extent to another. We are surrounded with opportunities of all kinds for personal growth, for spiritual growth. Now with YouTube and Zoom, we can take a class on anything from cooking to jazz guitar to quantum physics to crafting, painting, so many choices. So my line usually in the past when I'm seeing all these choices was, well, how do I decide which ones? Weighing the pros and cons, looking at my calendar, see how many I can fit in. So I was going through some old papers the other day, and I came across some of my calendars. Big, kind that you put on the paper calendar that you put on the wall. Yeah. And it's like every single day there was something going on in my life. This is when I was in my 30s and 40s, 50s, even 50s. I had board meetings, I had PTA meetings, I had work, I had my family, I had my business, I had 12-step group, I had daycare, I had my knitting group, it's just all over the place. It's kind of a fun little trip down memory lane of all the things that I was involved with. I feel there's a lot of cultural pressure for us to be busy and to be active and to be involved. And it seems like we can impress people by how much we are doing. So I remember the time, certainly, that I took great satisfaction in looking back at my calendar and seeing all the things that I had accomplished in one day or one morning or 1 month. So this quote, I've been thinking about this idea for, a week or so. And seriously, this quote came across my computer yesterday. I had to smile. What if we stopped celebrating being busy as a measure of importance? What if instead celebrated how much time we had spent listening, pondering, meditating, and enjoying time with the most important people in our lives? That's from Greg McCowan, The Simplicity Habit. It's actually a website. So over time, and particularly the last 5 or 6 years, I've come to a deeper understanding of the value of not doing. Choosing to not do something is equally important as choosing to do something. There's value in both. So what happens when we stop doing? Don't panic. I'm not talking about weeks or days or months or anything like that. I'm not even talking about a whole day. What if just for 30 minutes in one day we did nothing? I believe that incredible wisdom and clarity would come to us when we step out of the doing and take a stand as the observer of ourselves, our lives, and the world unfolding around us. Take this time of year, for instance. It is very special for many reasons. We know that the plants that are going to be popping out of the ground pretty soon have been resting and rejuvenating themselves under the cover of Mother Earth. We know that the trees are, building up that energy and that whatever it is that they have within themselves so that when the time is right, they will pop forth with their new growth. Have you ever noticed that at this time of the year, you can look deep into the woods? That the view that was full of green branches and undergrowth is now open and clear to our vision. I was driving along a road I take a lot outside of Courtney, and I noticed that there was a rock bluff just beyond, the first, 30 or 40, 50 feet of trees. I had never seen it before. I had driven by there hundreds of times, never knew that bluff was there, because the trees and the foliage were blocking my line of vision. It's an illusion that there is nothing to see at this time of year. We can actually see more in the bareness of this season. Which makes me wonder if it's maybe the same for us. That when our lives are not overflowing with activity and stuff, that we can see a bigger picture. and see everything that is before us, not just a small, limited view. What happens when we keep shaking a bottle of muddy water, right? Can we see through it? No, we can't. And what happens when we just let it be and let it settle? It becomes crystal clear. And we can practice the same thing. Be still, be quiet, practice being a human being instead of a human doing. I'd like to share part of an article I received from Daily Ohm. It's another great website, Daily Ohm. The title caught my attention, When We Don't Take Action. And this is what it said. Our actions shape our lives, but what we don't take action on can be just as powerful. Every one of the thoughts we think, the words we speak, the actions we take, contributes to the universe's unfolding. Every action affects the whole as greatly as every action not taken. And when it comes to making the world a better place, what we choose not to do can be just as important as what we choose to do. So I was thinking of some examples of this, and I thought of this one. So last Christmas Eve, I live in Courtenay, I went to 2 Christmas Eve services. So first I went to the United Church. It was really great, 300, 400 people there, did the little candle lighting thing, all that kind of stuff. And then I checked my watch when I got out. It was 7:45, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go up to the Catholic Church because they have a service that starts at 8. What I was looking for was a place to sing Christmas songs with a lot of people. That was my intention, and to have candles around. That's what I was looking for. But I did receive something, a little extra bonus when I went up to the Catholic Church, because the priest gave me a very expressive, to me, a very profound idea. Of course, we're talking about Christmas Eve, right? So he was talking about Mary and Joseph and their trip to Bethlehem. And the context was, which he was very well versed in as a scholar, is that the Romans, who were in charge then, had set up this whole census thing as an act of power and control and authority over the local people. However, technically, where Mary and Joseph were living was not in that district. They were living actually in a different district. So they were not required to go to Bethlehem for that census. They could have stayed home as an act of non-compliance, of a protest against the Roman Empire, but they chose not to do that. They knew from the message that the angels had given them that they were going to be parents to a very special child, and that was more important than anything else. So instead of using this opportunity to take a stand against the Roman Empire, they quietly went about their business and did not get distracted from their purpose. So the things I've mentioned so far, I'm talking about outer things, right? To leave space in your day and to not jump onto every opportunity that comes your way. To understand that doing nothing is as valuable and has as equal impact as not doing something. There are also inner behaviors that we could not do. So we're coming up to the season of Lent. And in Unity, we look at this metaphysically. We look at it as a time to release. I don't know if any of you grew up in a religious context where fasting at Lent meant you couldn't have to, it's like I gave up chocolate for Lent. As a kid, but it usually has to do with deprivation, right? And like suffering and stuff like that. But in Unity, we have, of course, you may suspect a different viewpoint about that. So it could be just looked at as not doing some behaviors, to refrain from, to fast from, some things like this. And this is what Charles Fillmore mentioned a few of these in his book on Lent. Things that we can fast from: judging, gossip, fearful thinking, discontent, pessimism, bitterness, self-concern, suspicion, worry. I wonder if we could just not do those things. Charles Fillmore calls this time as fasting and feasting. And so if you read his book on Lent, or if you get the Lenten booklet, you'll see that he adds the feasting part. Because what we know is that when we let go of something, anything, whether it's an outer behavior, an inner behavior, if we don't fill it with something of our choice, hopefully something of benefit to us, that usually the old behavior just kind of spills back in. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. So he calls it fasting and feasting. And here's the whole quote. Fast from judging others, feast on Christ dwelling within them. Fast from illness, from fear of illness. Fast from fear of illness, feast on the healing power of God. Fast from words that pollute, feast on speech that purifies. Fast from discontent, feast on patience. Fast from pessimism, feast on optimism. Fast from bitterness, feast on forgiveness. Fast from self-concern, feast on compassion. Fast from suspicion, feast on truth. Fast from gossip, feast on purposeful silence. Fast from problems, feast on prayer. Fast from worry, feast on faith. So the last one was about worry. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands if you ever worry, but I suspect most of us do from time to time. And it just brings to mind that beautiful quote from Matthew 6 about the lilies of the field. And Jesus says, can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? So not only does worry not add a single hour to our lives, it actually takes away the hour or the moment that we have right now, which is the only moment we ever have. So the other day I was outdoors sitting quietly and looking at some little sparrows poking around this big bare bush, jumping around stuff. And I thought, there's nothing there for them to eat. And yet as I watched them very closely, I could see that they were definitely eating something invisible to my eyes. Were they thinking to themselves, doesn't look like there's much here. It's a pretty bare tree. I should have chosen a different bush. Last year at this time it was warmer. I should have eaten more yesterday. I wish I was an eagle. No, they are not doing any of that. They're just doing what they do, and they are being amply provided for. We can learn a lot when we observe how nature takes perfect care of itself, and we are part of nature. So I'd like to end this with a quote by Lao Tzu. Always we hope someone else has the answer. Some other place will be better. Some other time it will all turn out. This is it. No one else has the answer. No other place will be better. And it has already turned out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and you know what you want. There is no need to run outside for better seeing, nor to peer from a window. Rather, abide at the center of your being, for the more you leave it, the less you learn. Search your heart and see the way to do is to be. Namaste. Before we go into our time of meditation, or as we go into our time of meditation, we are going to take a few moments to breathe together. So I just want to say something about breath. Do you remember when, well, some of us would remember when we started becoming aware of the hazards of smoking, and we started making laws about where people could smoke and where they couldn't smoke. So the first kind of way that started to manifest itself was by creating no smoking areas. So I remember I had a shift in a bingo hall, and then this new legislation came into being, and it's like, oh, okay, welcome, here's your shift. That side's not smoking, this side is smoking. And luckily I could control myself enough not to just laugh out loud and thought, what are you talking about, Did the smoke stay over on that side? No, of course not. Same thing on planes. I don't know if you remember, they had no smoking. You could smoke on a plane in those days and smoking in the other area. Air, yeah. In your hospital room, you could have a cigarette. So air is something we share. Air is something we share with everything on this planet. We all breathe. It's a sign of life. It's a beautiful metaphor for our oneness. We are all one in breath. So with that thought, let's sing our song and then begin our meditation time together.
Breathe through me, breathe through me, oh blessed Spirit, breathe through me, breathe through me, breathe through me, oh blessed Spirit, breathe through me, speak through me, speak through me, oh blessed Spirit, speak through me, speak through me, speak through me, oh blessed Spirit, speak through me. Live through me, live through me, oh blessed Spirit, live through me, live through me, live through me, oh blessed Spirit, live through me.
So I invite you now to get comfortable in your seat. Maybe just take a quick body scan. Perhaps you are holding some tension in your shoulders or your face. Relax into your chair. It will hold you up. And I invite you at your own pace to take 3 lovely breaths. In unity, we talk about the one presence and the one power and the one life and the one love. And that is who we are. We are divine creations of the one Creator. And so we inherit these same attributes. It's part of our spiritual blueprint. We are love. We are peace. We are power. We are presence. We are life. We are light. So I invite you to, in the quiet of this time, to yourself, remind yourself of this truth because we forget. I am peace. I am love. I am the presence. I am power. I am life. I am light. We are so much more than we can even imagine. All of these things are already given to us. As Lao Tzu, we do not need to peer out the window and find it, or wait for it, or hope that somebody else tells us what it is. We are it right now. And with this comes a tremendous responsibility to be it in the world. To bring all that we are into every conversation, every interaction, every circumstance, even without words. St. Francis said, "Preach love at all times, and when necessary, use words." When we bring love and peace and forgiveness and compassion into a room, people can feel it. And it takes no effort on our part. And so we step into this knowing. We embody it. We go out into the world to be it. And this blesses us. But it not only blesses us, it blesses everyone and everything around us. I am divinely created, and I express that everywhere I go. We know this is true, and so it is. And so we let it be. Amen.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Christ within me, hallelujah. Christ within me, hallelujah. Christ within me, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
That was a lovely talk. Thank you. Yesterday, I was taking the ferry back from Vancouver, playing a show in West Van, and there was this blind gentleman who was trying to get on the boat, and he was having a bit of a time. So we walked together for a bit, and he had a little ukulele on his back, and we were talking. I'm like, "Oh, musician?" He goes, "Oh, I just picked up the ukulele. I lost my eyesight a year ago, and I'm still adjusting." Fair enough. You try walking around the world with your eyes closed. It's a trip. But we were talking about music, and I mentioned that I played the piano, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "What's your favorite chord?" Favorite chord? How many chords there are? Like, also, it's just not something you think about. Like chords are. It's like asking a mechanic what their favorite wrench is. Right? It's like it's just a means to an end. It's just a tool. And then I stopped for a second. I was like, "It's D minor 9." And he's like, yeah, that's a great chord. He's like, it's kind of like spacey and fantastical. It's like, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. And I was like, well, what's your favorite chord? He goes, oh, I like G major, but you add a fourth in it, which is like a really rare chord because it's this. It has this dissonance, which is uncomfortable, but you spread it out. Really spacey. And I was like, man, your chord and my chord, they go together. He's like, oh man, that's cool. And anyway, so that devolved into a whole conversation about it. Just it lasted the rest of the ferry trip, so we don't have time for that. Involved a couple trips to the what's it called, the vending machines too. So it was very, very, very fun time. But I thought, you know, one other thing he said that really related to your chat, just with those two chords in mind, was he said, you know, and again, musicians, more chords, more melodies, more notes, and he goes, you know, man, like, I just love playing like two chords just over and over again. Like, that's all I need. That's all you need, man. Like, that's good music, man. It's just two chords. Like, you don't know this complexity. You just play these two chords, man. And I'm like, okay, like, the student has become the master. Like, I'm actually like, this is a music lesson from this guy who's been playing ukulele for 2 months. Who would have thought? So I won't play a bunch of chords. I just won't do it. And we'll create something based on his favorite chord and my favorite chord, with the idea of simplicity and emergence, as you were talking, in, you know, this time of the season. So this is for John, who I will probably never see again. I should have gotten his phone number. Jeez, he's a nice guy. And he's great taste in chords. So here's John's chord.
Thank you for the abundance that flows through your talent, tithe, and treasure. We have so many people who are part of this community, and really a way to become a part of community is to give to it, because then it belongs to you. It does belong to you. And so we have people giving their time and their talent, and certainly your financial gifts are appreciated. And just thank you very much. Okay, if you would take this affirmation with me, please, that'd be great. I salute the divinity in myself. I am strong and able. I can do all that I need to do this day. My mind is alert, my body vital and healthy, and my way is strewn with golden opportunities. No matter what this day will bring to me, there is that in me that is great enough to meet it, overcome it, and be blessed by it. And so it is. Do we have some children today?
They're all watching from home today.
Oh, okay, wonderful. And so we still extend our blessing to the children, not only our children, but children really everywhere, right? We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Iris is in the prayer room today, so that follows service. Before refreshments? Before refreshments? You're available. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Iris. So please join us for our prayer for protection. Cookies, yes. All right, the light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen. All right, if you'd like to stand, we can stand, sing our closing song.